here Candace is arguing with Piers Morgan over a conflict in the Middle East. I like her very much. I mean, I like them both, but I like her more because she is actually making a difference. But let's listen to their conversation.
Candace, it may be that the person in the media spewing bullshit to the public is you.
No, nice try. It's not. It's you by saying, why are you asking questions?
See, he is already accusing her of BS without saying much. Say something. Tell her how she is spewing BS. But no, she makes it clear. No, you guys have a problem because I'm asking questions. See, intelligence nowadays apparently is not required in the media or in government or in questioning anything. Again, this is pretty sad, but it's the reality. Let's keep listening.
Don't you worry about Mikey's feelings. Everyone knows what this is. And like I said, because we have the example, the concrete example of after JFK's assassination, the media members quite literally being put on the payroll of the CIA. We have a historical example that we can look at and go, we're not doing that again. Doesn't matter how many times you keep telling the public that I'm spewing bullshit. It is only because there has not been anything that has come out of this investigation that makes any sense that the public is not listening to. I am sorry.
And again, there's a precedence. Our federal government has a long history of corruption, of poor investigation, of corrupts, and even declassified information show that a lot of the people in question may have been hired or part of the CIA, informants or in their payroll, like she mentioned, etc. But again, asking questions should not be a problem. Investigations should be competent, whether for, again, the JFK assassination, Charlie Kirk's assassination, even the Epstein list. But let's continue.
Sorry to say this, Piers, people like you. And what I love about you and I sitting down is at this exact same time last year, you were doing the same weird questioning and making all these things when I said that they were committing a Holocaust against the Gazans, and then you changed your mind.
Exactly. Back then, Candace was making, according to him, coming up with weird questions. But guess what? Those weird questions eventually convinced Piers to change his mind when he came to that the Gaza war/genocide. This is why it's important, people, to speak the truth. Ask the hard questions when the subject is delicate, and not just go along with what is popular.
Actually, this time,
I'll see you next year when you change your mind again and we have more information about what happened, and you realize that the difference between me and you is that I have the courage to take the risks and ask the questions first, okay, before it's popular. You wait until it becomes popular and then you change your mind.
Exactly. So again, people, let's not let what's popular bully us into following along. In the case of Piers, like she mentioned, and I remember I was around that time. I followed both of them, and they had their arguments. I remember seeing their arguments, and she asked a lot of questions. And guess what? He changed his mind. And it was not just Candace. There was other people like Tucker Carlson, even people like Jimmy Dore. Anna Kasparian. A lot of independent reporters that actually ask real questions, investigating the reality, in this case, about our federal government. So again, let's not follow simply what's popular, people. Think outside the box. Whatever happened to those critical thinkers? I remember back in the 80s, when I was a kid, teachers would teach that. I don't know, maybe they stopped doing that. But we can't trust governments, just like we all know the presidents of the JFK assassination. There was a lot of cover-up, a lot of declassified information. With the passage of time, showed more and more evidence that our government knew a lot more and was involved. And that's sad, that we no longer ask questions. We just go along. So again, asking questions is good, and the mainstream media has a hard time with that. At least the real questions, the hard questions. And that's what actually will better our society. Till next time.